This is Ken Smith reminding you it happened today, April 28th, but the year was 1789. Fletcher Christian leads a mutiny on the HMS Bounty against Captain William Bligh in the South Pacific. It was on this day, April 28th, 1881. Billy the Kid escapes from the Lincoln County Jail in New Mexico. It was on this day, April 28th, 1947, Thor Heyerdahl and his crew of the Kon-Tiki sail from Peru to Polynesia. It was on this day, April 28th, 1958, when U.S. Vice President Richard Nixon begins his goodwill tour of Latin America. It was on this day, April 28, 1967, Muhammad Ali refuses induction into the army and is stripped of his boxing title. It was on this day, April 28, 1969, that Charles de Gaulle resigns as president of France. It was on this day, April 28th, 2018, India. The government announces electricity has now reached every village in India. But all that happened on April 28th in the past. This is April 28th, 2020. New Zealand's Prime Minister announced at her daily press briefing, "We have stopped community transmission of COVID-19, effectively eliminating the virus. We are opening up the economy of New Zealand, but we're not opening up people's social lives." New Zealand has reported fewer than 1,500 confirmed or probable cases of the virus, with 19 deaths. The New York Stock Exchange futures were higher this morning, at least partly on the news of plans for a gradual economic reopening in several states. The news is boosting retail and travel stocks in particular. Gasoline prices are down to $1.77 a gallon as a national average. That's $1.11 less per gallon than a year ago today. New Jersey, the number of new positive tests has flattened, and the number of people being hospitalized has started to decline. While Pennsylvania is planning to open gradually, New Jersey is going to move as one state, recognizing we have density issues that are not similar to other states, said Governor Murphy. The mandate to stay at home and stay away from each other is still very much in effect in Jersey. On the other hand, New York's Governor Andrew Cuomo says the state plans to gradually reopen the economy, beginning with construction and manufacturing sectors. Cuomo also noted that New York State hospitalizations for the virus have fallen for 14 days in a row, and the daily death total is at a 1-month low. Several travel-related stocks today have gone up. American Airlines shares are up almost 2%. Carnival Cruise Lines shares are up more than 2%. And Gap, the clothing store. Their shares are up more than 2%. Tesla has asked dozens of workers to return to work on April 29th in order to prepare the company's California plant for reopening. This appears to be in defiance of California's orders to keep the plant closed until at least May 4th. Tesla shares are up 2%. Volkswagen has restarted production of its largest car factory in Germany. Volkswagen shares are up 3% in the German market trading. Apple is pushing back the production and the ramping up of 4 new iPhones that are coming out later this year, but they're only delaying it by a month as the pandemic weakens global consumer demand. Apple shares closed up 1%. In the meantime, China is denying to the European Union a report that it has been spreading disinformation about the source, the spread, and the depth of the virus in China. And so life continues to move on. Some good news, some bad news, some news that just simply leaves us confused. More like an average day in that sense. And I think that's why Jesus said, the world gives us a type of peace, but it's an unsettled peace. Christ says, I give you a peace that is everlasting. This is Ken Smith reminding you it happened today, April 28th, 2020.